Hello there, and welcome to Geek Speak. My name is Nath, and recently I've been reflecting on the importance of self-care. We humans are very good at getting busy with the chaotic nature of adulting, trying to balance our work, family, and personal lives, leaving little room to prioritise taking care of numero uno. It seems the older I get, the fewer hours I have for hobbies, fun, and the things that I really want to do. A while ago, I made a conscious decision to make sure that at least once a week, I try and take a few hours out just for me, whether it's spent reading my ever-growing collection of books, building a Lego adaptation of the Mona Lisa, or just watching a series with a good old-fashioned takeaway. It's the same with video games, as while I could spend hours hunting for rare and elusive platinum trophies or recording tons of content for this channel, sometimes I just want the familiar, warm embrace of an old favourite that I can switch my brain off to. So with that in mind, here are 7 video games that are my comfort food games. BioWare's incredible science fiction trilogy, Mass Effect, is a game that I have completed at least half a dozen times in my gaming career, and still is as fresh and exciting an endeavour as ever, even after 15 years of its first release. This space-based shooter RPG is an absolute masterclass in world building and storytelling, with a diverse and versatile dialogue system that makes every playthrough unique. The decisions you take and the relationships that you make carry through from game to game, and in a way carries the weight of an entire galaxy upon them. You play as Commander Shepard, a fully customisable man or woman with a backstory of your choosing, who is thrown into the middle of a mystery that could end in total galactic extinction. You build a crew from all races and genders across Citadel space in an attempt to unite a galaxy divided against the genocidal murder machine race of the Reapers. The grand setting and scale of this trifecta of role-playing excellence mixed with the rich lore and memorable characters and locations are, in my opinion, on par with the Star Wars universe, and makes this for me my favourite gaming trilogy of all time. Speaking of my favourite trilogies of all time, entry number 2 takes what is, in my opinion, the greatest movie saga in the world and lets it play out in all the blocky goodness of a Lego game. Featuring the irreverent, tongue-in-cheek humour that the previous brick-based entries in the series were known for, Lego Lord of the Rings ups the ante by including actual dialogue from Peter Jackson's Middle-earth movies, and it adds up to the greatest pairing of two things since I discovered crisp sandwiches at 8 years old. The other fantastic part about this long-standing series is that it is a game that can be enjoyed by an 8-year-old or an 88-year-old. The gameplay is gentle puzzle platforming mixed with an action collectathon as you scour everywhere from Minas Morgul to the Mines of Moria for those elusive mithril bricks and other secrets. Traveller's Tales, the developer of the game, show that they have a deep love for the series in the sheer quality and quantity in the content of this greatest movie tie-in game ever made. I am feeling my age a tad in writing this entry, as I've been playing Mario Kart games for almost 30 years now, and it is a series that I always come back to if I want to chill the heck out. Because I've been playing it for so long, it is a rare example of a game that I actually feel that I'm quite good at, which maybe explains why it feels like a comfort food game for me. I like that little rub that my ego gets when I finish a Grand Prix 150cc without dropping a single point to the AI. I love beating the developer times in the handful of tracks that I have sunk what most would consider an unhealthy and obsessive number of hours into. And who can beat the satisfaction of launching a blue shell up the backside of an unsuspecting first place racer and ruining their day? Joking aside, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is an absolute delight to play, with its 96 racecourses, customisable karts, and nearly 50 character strong roster. The music is fantastic and the graphics are bright, the gameplay is satisfaction guaranteed, so I for one cannot wait to see what fresh and exciting things that Mario Kart 9 has in store on the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2. Sonic Adventure 2 is cheesy, melodramatic, ridiculous, and I absolutely love it. It may not have graphics as good as, say, Sonic Unleashed. It might not play as smoothly as Shadow Generations. The dialogue might well be more cringeworthy than a wrestling promo class, but none of that matters to me. The reason that this is my favourite Sonic game ever made is that at the time it was made, Team Sonic thought it would be the final outing for the Blue Blur, so they went absolutely rogue. The game introduced us to revenge-filled edgelord Shadow the Hedgehog, and told a story that was unlike anything we had seen from the franchise ever before. The game was darker and more grounded, seeing Sonic on the run from the military for crimes that he didn't commit. Shadow was on a murder mission to end humanity because the aforementioned military shot and killed his friend Maria, a 12-year-old human girl. And, spoiler alert for the end of the game, Shadow dies, saving the Earth. Now, admittedly, he was back in the very next game, but at the time of writing the story of Sonic Adventure 2, Team Sonic had no expectations for a sequel, so they genuinely believed that they were killing off one of the main characters of the game. The gameplay itself is brilliant, and the music for the game set the bar high for all future Sonic games. The story was well received, and adapted recently into the cinematic masterpiece that is Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which in my humble opinion is the greatest video game movie ever made. Another game with cheesy anime-style dialogue is the RPG behemoth that is Final Fantasy VII Remake. The game is more of a reimagining than a shot-for-shot remake of the 1997 PlayStation 1 classic, as you experience the events of the original game's first disc as a high-quality action JRPG. Speaking with my nostalgia goggles firmly on, it is an amazing thing to see characters, locations and events that were once blocky, pixelated, voiceless and low definition, reborn as a cinematic, painfully beautiful modern classic. The closest comparison I can make is the feeling that I had watching the original Spider-Man movie in the cinema way back in 2002. A character that up until that point I'd only experienced through old black and white comics from the mid-60s. This excellent 30-hour experience is the perfect wet weather game for me, so I can curl up on the sofa and lose myself in the world of Midgar and go on an epic fantasy adventure with Cloud, Tifa and Aerith. With an excellent sequel Rebirth out now and the third and final entry currently in development, Mass Effect may yet have some competition in my gaming trilogy hierarchy. I'm a sucker for a good book, usually with something dark and caffeinated to accompany it. So when I stumbled onto the indie title Coffee Talk in my PlayStation Plus catalogue, I was intrigued enough to give it a go. It is to date my favourite concept in a visual novel. You don the apron of a local cafe owner in a small coffee shop in Seattle, a fictional version of Seattle in a world where races from fantasy lore have combined with human society. You play the friendly face of a retro-style Java joint. You get to know the locals and start to join in on the small snippets of life that they bring to your counter, all the while making sure to cater to their various drinking preferences. The writing here is a phenomenal bit of social commentary about relational complexity, racial prejudice, and real life as a whole. It's grounded, poignant, and at points laugh out loud funny, as you meet characters like lactose intolerant Officer Georgie, budding freelance writer and espresso addict Freya, Baileys and Lua, an elf and a succubus whose family take issue with their cross-race romance, an alien in a spacesuit called Neil, and many more weird and wonderful characters. It is a simple game, being just a visual novel, but the charming anime-style visuals, engaging story, chilled-out jazz soundtrack, and the 30-plus drinks to learn how to brew made this one of the most satisfying platinum trophies I've ever earned. I have saved my ultimate comfort food chill out game for the last here, in the pixel perfect Stardew Valley. This farming sim RPG is a love letter to classics like Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing and the like, set in a retro-styled game that feels straight out of the 90s. You, the protagonist, inherit your grandfather's farm and decide to leave your humdrum corporate existence in the big city in order to put some miles on your soul and take up the country lifestyle. Stardew is a game that you can play your own way and at your own pace, be it growing produce on your farm, slaying slimes in the mines, treasure hunting, fishing, or making friends with the locals. There is something here for everyone, especially with the game's recent update doubling the size of the map and allowing for some of the most chilled out couch co-op ever done. It is a game with a simple message. Slow down and do what you enjoy. And this game is certainly something that I do indeed enjoy. And there we are, guys. Those are 7 of my comfort food games. Why not slow down and comment yours in the comment section down below? If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit that notification bell to be alerted for whenever we go live with another video. Hopefully this list will inspire you to take some time for yourself and do the things that you enjoy, and maybe play some of the games that you enjoy. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching, stay safe, see you bye.